I'm filming this all out of sync. Yeah, my arms are out, ignore it. I'm filming this all out of sync. This is the last thing I'm filming, but it should be the first thing on the video. Welcome to June's gardening. I fluffed it already. Welcome to July's gardening collaboration. All the channels involved, I'm going to link in the description box below. I am filming mine a little bit early though, so if anybody else is added, I'll add them in the comments. If you'd like to join 1 month, let me know. What we do is you can upload any time in the last week of the month, because we've all got lives, and gardening's you do it when you can. Things stop you like the weather and that, so we upload any time in the last week of the month. You can take part every month or just 1 month, whatever you want to do. Anyway, what I wanted to say was, people on my Patreon, I know some of this because it was treated to an entire video of me ranting about it. If you remember from last month's collaboration, Karen, who I work with, who's married to the allotment chairman, had said that a bloke on the committee was gunning for me about weeds. You know, I had like a week to sort it. I was going to get a letter. Anyway, I sorted the weeds. About killed me son doing it because it was a heat wave going on. But I sorted the weeds. And then I get an email saying someone had complained about my weeds and my plot isn't in 75% production. It should be in 75% production or you'll lose your plot. So I took it really personally. Me and my mum had a talk, had it all sorted in my head, knew what I was going to do. I was going to say stuff your allotment, but I wanted to keep it long enough to get the stuff I've already got growing in the ground and to move things like the fruit trees and the raspberry canes which we can't touch in November. So in my head, I was dead clear what I was going to do. I was going to keep them sweet till November, so then tell them to stuff it and grow stuff in the back garden. So I went down the allotment, wrenched these raised beds up from round my strawberries, put them in my garden, which I'll show you in a minute. By the way, this is totally off thing. When I took Gabriel to Pudge to Scotch yesterday, this bloke on the allotment says, "Hey, that new bloke next to me, he's been stealing off your plot." And I thought, oh God, my tools, because I ain't got a shed. So I was like, what, my tools? And he says, no, he stole your water butt. And I says, yeah, auntie, it's on my drive. Because I've, you know, because I decided I was going to quit my allotment. I've been bringing things back. I said, it's on my drive. Yeah, well, he's been stealing your raised beds from around your strawberries. I says, no, I says, I've got them. I brought them back home to paint them. Because I have painted them, but I weren't going to tell him about the quit. No, he says, he's been seen stealing them off your... So even after I'd told him that no, I've got them, he's still convinced this bloke's been stealing them. So you see how I get into trouble, can't you? Anyway, I went to see the chicken man, and because I didn't know he's still on the committee, I thought he used to be on the committee, but he said that not to take it. One, don't take it personally. He says I've had a letter about my weeds and I'm on committee. He said, and two, you want to talk to Carol's husband, you want to talk to the allotment chairman, you want to talk to the organ grinder, not the monkey. He says, because he's more reasonable as well. He says, you don't need, he says to Victoria, you love coming down your allotment. Yeah, it's getting hard for you at the minute, and you have to think what's more important, keeping a full allotment or you're looking after your husband. And I said, looking after my husband because he's ill. He says, what I'd do is, he said, I'd ask him if you can cut back to half a plot like you had before last time it got hard, but tell him you want full access to the full plot till at least October, November, because one, you've paid for the year, and two, you've got things growing in the ground and you can't move because things are tougher than you can't move everything off the bottom end of the plot. He says, and then keep the first half of the plot, because then you won't have to move your fruit bushes or your raspberry canes, and you can just fill it with potatoes if you want next year. Something really easy. He says, because you don't even know if things will grow right in your garden. Don't be hasty. So what I've done is I've started setting things up in garden, trying to keep on top of the allotment, but it's so hot I can't do much at the minute other than go down and water. And I've sent this letter to the chairman, Carol's husband. I haven't heard anything back yet. So the next gardening collab you see, I don't know if I'll have a full plot, I don't know if I'll have a full plot in view of shortening it to half plot. I don't know if I'll have half plot, I don't know if I'll have been kicked off, so I don't know. But this is what's happening so far with it. I better brush my hair, we're going to a kids party. We are. I'm not going to be out here long because it's roasting, so I'll just show you what I've done so far. That's where we took 2 rows of slabs up, and there's sand underneath. Lots the kids have been playing in the sand, not the baby, the others. They're the raised beds that were around the strawberries down the allotment, and I just wrenched them up when I was in Strop and brought them back. They were all single like that down the allotment, but I thought I don't have to do it like down the allotment, I could start afresh, so I put them on top of each other to make deep ones. So I've got 3 deep ones, 1 single one. I wanted to slab all the way round them and then put a couple of baths from down the allotment down here, a couple of tyres. But man down the street, he had a, sorry I turn you around, he had a skip out front and it was full of topsoil. So I said, can I eat it? And he swore at me, and then he says, I'm not swearing at you, I'm swearing because I paid £80 for a skip and I could have just given you the soil. He says, so you can't have the soil in this skip because I want my money's worth out of the skip, but there's another 2 tonne to come out, you can have it. So I'm going to fill the raised beds and the baths when I bring them down with this topsoil, because even if they're half full of topsoil and the top's compost, in exchange, and I'm going to swap him for some slabs because I've got these slabs. So I wanted to slab all the way round, 2 piles here, look, but I said I'd give him the slabs. But he won't want the broken ones, will he? So I think I'll use the broken ones to finish the job and give him the normal ones. I painted them grey. Well, me and the kids painted them grey. It's slow progress because it's so hot. I've started filling them with cardboard, look. This one, I got loads of cardboard from the corner shop. Then I put some chicken bedding on it. And all that there is compost out of my composter, which is there. I could do with another composter really. There were loads more in the bottom, but it was that tightly compacted and it was at the back, I couldn't really get it. That's all what come from the front. So that's nearly half full already. So that's what's going on in the garden. Tony from Big Family Home Med, she takes part in collaboration too, so check out her channel. She sent me a birthday card and lots of chocolate, and she sent me these marigold seeds, and in the card she says the flowers are good to feed the chickens and the leaves you can put in the nest box to keep bugs away. And I thought, what a nice thought. So yeah, I'm going to plant them. Thank you very much, Tony. Like this because to get through this I've had to put cold water on my head. I'm not showing you in greenhouse because it's hotter than Satan's armpit in there, but I've got lots of tomato plants. They're struggling. There's only 1 tiny tomato plant with tomatoes on it, but they're still alive, so I'm still watering them. I'm saturating everything, which I wouldn't normally do because I don't know how much water is going to be evaporated. I didn't come down yesterday because it was hot, and I'm not coming out tomorrow because I've got to take the kids somewhere, so I'm saturating everything. So don't worry, I don't normally do that. Carrots and onions. Onions are really struggling. I don't know if they're dead or not. Keep going with it. 2 aubergine plants. The rest are at home, and the ones that are at home look a lot healthier and are flowering, which I'll show you when I get back. They're struggling. 2 courgette plants. The flowers keep dying. I don't think I'll get out, but we keep going. My broccolis, they're not flowering but they're still alive, so I'm still pressing on. And my beetroot, which is doing alright. These are the second lot of peas we put in. They're doing okay. I put my peas in late this year because I had all them health problems. Do you remember when I was having dizzy spells and that? These are the first lot we put in. That's why they've already got pods on them, if you can see. And there's my Golden Virginia. 2 of them's struggling and the rest are thriving, and I'm happy because it did look at one point like they was all going to get eaten, but hopefully it'll all be alright. I've got loads of raspberry canes, they're doing well. 2.5 rows of potatoes there which I haven't watered yet. That's the 3rd lot of peas we put in, so they're just coming up, look. Them 2 cherry trees haven't produced anything yet. neither is my gooseberry bush. But, or the plum tree. But the apple tree's got stuff on it. Look, we only planted them last year. They'd make loads of money now, Beanie, ice cream vans. Beanie's starting to shade with baby for me, but we're being quick. That's why I'm being a bit abrupt. Yeah, especially today, Bean. Another lot of peas, look. That's me one surviving butternut squash plant. This is what annoys me about the committee. You know I planted loads and loads of butternut squash, loads of broccoli, loads of sunflowers. This is our one surviving sunflower. And I planted them out exactly the same time as I did last year, and last year they did really well. I mean, I planted enough to fill the allotment. You know, do they expect me to magic it out me arse? Sorry for swearing. Oh, me crack, I'm hot. Didn't take very long. There's a man down there who's got like 2 plots and it takes him 2.5 hours just to water. Don't fancy that in this weather. We're gonna go get Beanie and ice cream. Right, so I've got 2 rows of potatoes here, but they've only come up intermittently, look. They're my strawberries. You can see where I've took the raised beds out. Pear tree there that's producing. These strawberries still have their raised beds. I haven't decided whether to take them or not because I don't know what's happening. Right, we'll go home and I'll show you what I've got on my windowsills. Just for a spot of clarity, this is the plot of the man on the committee who says my plot isn't up to scratch. Be a bit of bitchiness there, but I'm just showing you. These need watering, I'm doing in a minute. But all the windowsills are still full of pepper plants, no aubergine plants. Most of the pepper plants have little peppers on like that. That's my biggie, look. That's the one I'm proud of. They're the normal peppers. These are sweet banana peppers, look. And they're like that. And they're 2nd generation seeds because I saved them from some I grew last year. And my aubergine plants, it's got a flower on it, can you believe it? Might actually grow an aubergine. Why am I excited about that? I don't know. Probably because I've never done it before. Yeah, so all the windowsills are for pepper plants. Now this is my own fault. The cucumber plants, I had one little baby cucumber growing and it's died. But that's my own fault. I've not put them in bigger pots because of everything else going on. I haven't done it. They should be in bigger pots. They should be propped up. That's a fail, my cucumbers, but they're still alive, so I'm still watering them. If you're here anyway, I'll see you next time. Be here for the garden club. See you next month. Everybody else, a chance to link below.